You guys get to the fist and unload and maybe shower, or I don't know if you need that kind of thing. And there's a lot of gold. You don't know exactly how much it's worth, but it's probably a lot of millions there. And Gabriel, he says, I'll figure out a way to convert it. I don't think we can pay with gold bars most places, but we split it evenly, obviously. So and I don't.
How many bars are there in total?
Oh no, like between people, not like between groups. It's fine. Because you guys needed money, and I mean, you have a big domain now, so I imagine you can use it for quite a bit.
Yeah, but I would also very much like to keep at least one gold bar.
Yeah, that's fine.
Great Toreador.
But yeah, downstairs, the TV here that usually displays the score during Fight Club Tuesdays. It goes dark, and then the entire screen becomes white, and you see letters of blood, like someone is writing them with their finger, but there's no one there. Just saying, you are invited to the Mithraeum by midnight.
Invited is a strong word.
Oh, that was fast.
And as soon as you've read it, it disappears. Gabriel just says, fuck. I'm kind
Invited to the what?
I'm kind of busy. Do you mind representing the Anarchs on this?
Sure, why not?
Sounds like a plan.
Could I do some kind of etiquette politics roll to see how bad and horrible of an idea is that?
Well, it's very subjective. I can't really tell you whether it's a good or a bad idea.
I mean, to me it sounds like... Right.
Gabriel says, I need to get a vial of my blood that you need to bring as a gift. I forgot that it's that time of year. He looks around. You guys familiar with London?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Mithraeum? The actual temple to Mithras. You need to go below it. There's a side door.
Ooh.
And well, represent me. You just need to, well, I don't know, be there and hand over my blood.
It would be my honor.
Thank you.
Is it just that? Are you sure? Because it was really good timing with everything that happened.
I'm not. It's not ideal, but if you say no to the cult of Mithras, bad things happen. And these people are ancient powerhouses. So it's a custom in Mithran's domain that we pay a blood tithe.
Oh.
But I'm paying it on behalf of everyone. So you don't need to give up your blood. You just need to hand over mine.
There's always somebody, isn't there? Always somebody.
Yeah. A lot of things to keep the peace. Let's see how long that lasts now.
Wait.
And Oliver will kind of like, so we're going into the lines then, perhaps we can get a bit larger cut of the most recent heist if we're going to be doing something like this. Especially since we're going to be representing the Anarchs. Quite an honor.
I have plenty of clothing. We just need to go to our haven real quick.
It's really
We're
just
like emissaries now, right? That's what we are? You know? Like...
Yeah, what about the salary, huh?
It's really just a bullshit sermon and a fucking orgy when it comes down to it.
Wow.
An orgy.
Sounds a bit cultish, honestly.
It's the cult of Mithras.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
Well, it'd be rude not to go.
No,
Feels-
I'm laughing. Oliver's not. Just make it clear.
But yeah,
We wouldn't want to be rude, would we? We just freaking destroyed a bank, and we're not about being rude. So
It'd be more suspicious if we don't show up.
yeah.
Well, someone
I'm not
has
saying
to,
I'm not-
and
We're not beholden to these guys or anything, are we? Like, I like
No.
the whole no gods, no masters anarch thing, you know? So, I mean,
It
I'm
might
just...
be fun though.
I do too, and it's just to keep them off our back.
Yeah.
Go in
yeah, okay.
there, you just participate in the bullshit, and then you can go again.
Yeah. And maybe we could... Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
You
Who
know,
knows? We might make a friend.
I would like not to anger the wrong demigod.
Just remember it's an Elysium.
Fine.
Thanks.
I want
Lead
to
the
make
way,
it clear,
Dave.
I'm
I'm sure you
fine
know where
with-
this guy is.
I'm fine with going. I don't mind. But if I'm going to do it, I want a bigger cut. That's what I'm asking.
I mean, I'm willing to go without a cut.
Speak for yourself. I got plans. And I need funds to do it.
As do I, but I have connections.
Well, I'm with you guys. Like Luke is just putting one hand, you know, and then behind Emery, one hand behind Oliver, and like, I'm with you guys.
Well, there's safety in numbers, but you don't technically all have to go. We just need one of you at least to hand over the vial.
I will gladly go.
Who did this blood come from?
Well, it's gonna come from me. I'm paying the blood tithe.
I am fine accompanying Leo.
I'm happy to go.
Now Oliver, sensing he has no more bargaining power, is just like,
Well, Ollie,
Fine, whatever.
I like you. You're a heavy guy, and I'm sure we can get you money. But what you really need, right, is a good location for that kind of thing you want to build. Maybe I can help you with that instead.
We're domain, a bigger domain.
Or just a nicer haven.
Yeah, we're not sleeping
Open
next to a dead guy in a basement.
Well, if
It's
you
not
want,
like dead.
if you want kind real estate, we will have to talk to Adrian. She can set you guys up. Unless you just want to squat somewhere, I don't care. Or dig into a sewer hole. But if you want an actual apartment, we'll have to buy it. Like, kind.
With gold.
You say buy it. I say acquire it. You know, like there's a difference there. The buying is not
Just
always
ask someone really kindly and they might give us their keys.
That might work for you, Leo. I don't know if it'll work for the rest of us.
Well, you can get a cut or whatever you want. I still owe you, man. I owe all of you. So if there's something you need, I'll help in the best way I can. But the money is split evenly. That's what we
You're a
agreed
real
upon.
peach,
yeah.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
Like,
Oliver looks kind of defeated, and he's just like, right, what's up?
fine.
Yeah, it's honestly, he's like, oh shit, I have no bargaining power here. He's like, fine then, whatever. Never seen an orgy before.
Could be interesting.
Whatever.
So we all go together, right? You know, there's a whole coterie to see the orgy.
To see the orgy. What's the building called? Bucklesbury House. It's in the center of
ask me.
London. There's a torn down building with a museum that is opened with an actual 2,000-year-old temple to Mithras, I think. Maybe not that old, but at least ancient. But there's a building where you can recognize it for a ghoul that waves you over and lets you in through a side door that leads into a very medieval looking staircase going into the darkness, and you can't help but smile because the torches in here are electronic, which kind of takes away from the medieval vibe, but it's not a fire hazard.
Ooh.
Walk down the stairs you can hear like drums coming from there, just like slight doom 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 doom. Very,
For the
very
record,
big.
Luke has already disappeared again.
Entered through a huge double door, very thick, about I think 4 inches wood, and see a lot of people in the room. To the left of you on a giant carpet are, well, humans that seems like in a trance state, and they're they are having an orgy and eating at the same time, and it kind of looks like a dance because it's very coordinated, you think, when you look at it, and sensual, and the kind of the movement, and it seems ritualistic. Looking at the orgy, you kind of see her from the side is, well, she looks about 18 years old. She's wearing a huge blue ballroom dress, has short blonde hair, and next to her is a much taller, older looking woman covered in tattoos, black hair, very thick makeup. Not thick, but she has a lot of it on. Fully the blush and the lips and the eyeliner and the whole thing. But she has the kind of rock and roll thing about her with the many tattoos. The spy master is leaning against the wall in the corner. Emery has at least seen him before. There's a beautiful Nigerian woman standing over here. She's dressed in black leathers, and she's kind of twirling a dagger in her hands, very adeptly. You see Jasper, who you met, standing off to the side with a blonde woman in a dress suit. She's looking very ventral and boardroom, very the business type look. You see a black-haired woman in a leather jacket and combat boots, black jeans, standing in well, the darkest place in the room that she could possibly find. And Damien, the herald, is next to her.
That fucking guy.
On well, is raised a bit, and there's a throne. No one is sitting on it, but standing in front of it is a man. He has dark blonde hair. He's very charismatic. He is white shirt and pants that looks like they're start from the 30s, and he has the suspenders. Very informal. He's kind of holding his jacket over his shoulder in one finger. There's a massive gargoyle sitting behind him. The gargoyle is wearing a chainmail and what looks like priestly robes. Also has a broadsword in a sheath, and a man on the, well, right, I guess, or other side, completely midnight black suit, and very pale, classically British raven black hair, very ice blue eyes, a calculating look in his eyes as you enter the room. But the first one to greet you is Damien, and with his very loud voice. Hello, you guys! Nice to see you again!
Emery,
Hello.
it's good to see you. It is so good to see you here.
I'm so glad you could make it. It's quite the spectacle, isn't it?
It's a lot here than some of the other places we've been invited to, that's for sure.
How does that work? While pointing at the, ritualistic move.
It's as I understand it, a ritual. Mithras is a fertility god, after all, amongst other things, and I think it's also dinner, perhaps.
Yeah. All right.
It is so nice to see you again.
Likewise. I'm again very sorry for the misunderstanding and the behavior of my sire. He can be quite temperamental and grumpy sometimes.
Is he here tonight by chance?
No, he prefers not to leave his haven unless absolutely necessary. And he has no... Well, he does not really care for the cult. He says it very silently. Or muffled.
I see. Is that, is it, I don't know if this is too forward, my apologies, but do you stay with him normally? I know that I've met up with both of you together, multiple. Do you stay with him where you said he doesn't leave the haven? Do you stay with him?
Well, I have my own haven, but I spend a lot of time at his because of my duties and my training.
What a lucky position that you have.
It was thrust upon me.
Looking around the room at what's going on, it seems to be something that happens in great capacity on this side of our society.
Definitely. Let me point you towards some people. He gestures towards the woman in the shadows. That's the Scourge, Marin. Let's hope you don't meet her under any other circumstance. That means you did something wrong. Over there, the woman in the blue dress, that's the Harpy, Regina Blake. Child of Victoria Ash, if you know about her. Behind her is Elspeth. She is the child of Roger de Camden, and she's with the Cappadocians. I believe they call her the Reaper. And over there are some of the outcasts, and the rest of them are the heralds, he says, and looks towards the furthest reaches of the room, basically the guys here.
Out of character, what gen is, or would she know how old the person is that gave us a vial of blood?
Gabriel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think he talked about things like he's about 200 years.
And who got the vial?
I think Leo.
Emery would definitely pull Leo aside. That's something she would want to do, knowing that Leo has the blood.
Definitely
What do you
possible.
need?
So, is there like a private space that she could be like, Leo, let's go look at the art on this wall, or I don't know.
I mean, you can stand in the corner, but most people in here probably have super senses, but so depends on how private you want it to be.
It doesn't need to be super private, or she probably wouldn't be smart enough. So pulling Leo aside, can we go look at this stuff over here? I have a question for your art-minded eye.
Okay, sure. What do you have in mind?
And going over there, so you have that vial.
Yes,
And who was it from?
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Do you think that they would know if instead we donated my blood?
Probably yes, seeing as they do blood stuff.
Because he could have my blood, because I think that might be better if we kept his blood and gave them mine.
Considering that he said that his blood specifically was a gift from all of the Anarchs as a collective, I think we shouldn't fuck with that.
The Harpy is looking towards you guys and just waving her finger, smiling a bit sadistically.
But how would they know?
She's Toreador.
He literally just heard us.
No one else seems to pay attention, but the Harpy is just very subtly going, no. Not saying anything. She's smiling, but you can see the
Damn
monster
harpies with the
behind her
heightened
eyes.
senses.
Terrible people. But could we do like an additional donation?
You want to give
You
me more?
want to? I don't know. I haven't been here before.
I mean, if we're going to get into the good graces, I mean, we're new.
I mean, you do you. And Leo's just gonna walk off.
Are there vials? Like, how are they like in Starbucks cups? Like, how are they giving the blood over? Like how are they handing this over.
Well, the one for Gabriel is a fucking brute, so it's just a fucking bottle with a cork in it. But you see like very fancy crystal vials standing on a table over to the side. Some of them are empty, some of them are not, and you see actually Damien is holding one in his hand. And Sylvester, his voice is unusually loud for, well, he does not, there's no speakers in here, but he says, please place the offerings on the table. He looks at you guys. You have the blood of the Baron on behalf of all of you, correct?
Yes. And Leo will just like hold it up.
Good. Again, gestures. And Damien, he puts another flask over here. Jasper puts down one. And Elspeth puts down one. So 4 vials in total, including Gabriel's. The light goes a bit dimmer in here. And the orgy is, well, toning down, at least in volume. And the same with the drums. Sylvester, he raises his arms. You see Salvador and Harry, Adisa, and the Spymaster, they all bend their head, look at the floor, and Sylvester says, let us pray. I need everyone to roll an intelligence and resolve difficulty 7 to resist this.
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
I'm so excited for cult stuff. What are we doing?
You can you just fail the roll?
You don't have to roll. You don't have to roll.
So
If
so
you
it's
want, it's
intelligence
only-
and resolve.
Yeah, it's only if you want to resist.
Okay.
Intelligence resolve.
Alright,
Right?
sorry, I thought they were, my bad. Well, compulsion, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not gonna
I'm,
force you.
Let's see. I'm trying. I think
It was just
he
if-
wouldn't.
if
He wouldn't want to
anyone
resist
was,
this. Well,
feeling particularly rebellious in this moment.
I would. Oliver's gonna try. He's gonna. I'm gonna.
Dave's going to re-roll for some reason, because I think he really wants to make this one.
I can't re-roll the hunger die, so I can only re-roll one of them. So I think I will do it.
Oh, we got 6.
And then 1.
No.
I made it. I got 8. Critical success.
Damn.
Luke is unfazed.
Badass, bro. Cannot be broken.
That's right. Cannot be hit. Cannot be broken.
Dave's got 6 successes with a bestial, so is there any chance of winning it having an extra dice at a cost?
Do you want help?
Not the room I really want to frenzy in.
Do you want help, Dave?
Yes, now. I don't care what I need to do. I will sacrifice any of them for this.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'll sign anything.
You do start to, hear colors, and the room becomes a bit weird, but you don't start chanting. And Luke, you don't start chanting. The rest of you guys, you feel compelled to and forced to, and you don't even, well, you've not said these words before, but he raises his arms, says, praised be the sun, praised be the bull, all hail our Lord and Savior Mithras, who journeyed through the underworld and now returns to us. He is our God, he is our bringer of light, bow before him or die. And when he says the final sentence, the room starts to rumble and shake just for a moment. And then the drumming becomes a little bit louder, and the sounds from the orgy, and people look like they're blinking their eyes a bit, and you can see the discomfort in the faces of the people who are not called of Mithras. But the rest of them look very devout. And Sylvester just smiles and says, feel free to partake in any of the food. He gestures towards the orgy. They're done with what they're doing now, so you can do whatever you like. We'll clean up and mingle. In about 15 minutes, we'll have some statements, and then you can go do whatever for the rest of your night.
I have 3 questions. One.
For me or Sylvester?
No, for you. One, was Luke able to perceive that they were doing some kind of enchantment, making you pray type of thing, or did he just resist it without realizing it?
No, you definitely, you look at Dave, he's the only one in the room not doing it as well as you. The rest are kind of enthralled into doing it. You could see they're tensing up like they want to, but they can't. The words just come out of their mouth.
So I can tell that something's not only been working on me, or it's the character Luke, but also everyone else too, except for Dave, who seems to be unaffected. Now,
well, you have dominate, so you're familiar with mass domination.
So I'm aware something is going on. And then 2, can I see who else in the room is also under that effect, and if anybody is not under that effect? Really, I think is the more poignant question.
It's only Dave and you who managed
so everybody
to
else is like right there. Okay, all right. Okay, fair enough.
Maybe the rest of them just gave in for the sake of courtesy or something. But
I did have a 3rd question, but you kind of answered it with the first 2. So yeah. Thank you.
Let's turn to Damien and say, is Amelia here?
I don't know. I think you should ask Jasper. He would probably know where she is.
Okay.
Perhaps Elspeth. She likes to hang out with the Cappadocians.
Go off and find Jasper and see what we can do about finding someone to get rid of this.
Well, he's in the corner hanging out with Valerie. And greets you. Hello again, Dave.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Always a pleasure.
Always.
I don't suppose you is Amelia here?
No, I believe she's out hunting. But she'll be home later tonight.
Okay. I think we need to go and pay her a visit. She's been recommended.
Well, I can definitely get you into her schedule.
An introduction would be very appreciated.
Well, she is free-spirited, so she does not exactly adhere to time anymore, but we have ways of summoning her.
That would be appreciated, thank you.
Come by tomorrow evening, maybe? Or is this urgent?
No. Yes, exactly. I wanted to. Is they finished or?
No, please.
Okay. So basically, once everyone is starting to move and all this weird stuff happened, and I slowly regain my senses, not my senses, but my ability to actually act on my own accord. So the humans look confused. They are starting to slowly.
They look enthralled.
Gain their composure.
They look enthralled. They're. You see a very blank look on their faces, and their eyes are kind of glazed over, like there's no one home.
All right. Okay then. All right. Then that's not going to really call my conviction. Never mind. I had an urge to actually join this weird situation, but after I see that, and I see that it went from, this strange indulging on just people being completely mind blanket, and just to regain my composure, I'm going to shake my head, and knowing where am I, and just looking to keep a low profile. I don't want anyone looking at me or saying, could you remind me which language you were from? I'm just going to keep my low profile as much as possible, look as innocent as I can, and just no one noticing me.
Tremere in the cult of Mithras, so probably the best choice, yes?
Exactly. I want to, make sure no one notices me.
I just wanted one thing. Dave, did you say to Jasper it's urgent, or can it wait till tomorrow?
If it could be done sooner than later.
I'll let her know once we get out of here.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Is there anyone else that people would like to talk to in this room?
I would love to
Oliver-
go over to Regina.
You can go first, because feel free.
She looks at you, smiles, says, "Hello, beautiful." Kiss you on each cheek.
Good evening, and Leah will return the gesture. So I assume you are also a fellow purveyor of the finer arts compared to most people in the city.
She gestures towards her dress.
Obviously. Do you know a lot about necrophage?
Necro what, dear?
I got shot by something. I don't know what it is.
Elspeth, well, she's right next to, so she just says, "It's a parasite. Will eat you."
That doesn't sound too good.
Oh, it's not fun. We can remove it. For a boon, of course.
And by we, you mean?
Well, either J.K. Vara or Albert. The Cappadocians. My skills are not trained to that kind of purpose. But J.K. and Albert can kill almost anything.
That's terrifying, but nice to know. Because we kind of got shot up when leaving. Oh, what's his face's bar? The Sabat dude?
Sabat?
What's his name?
Yaroslav?
Yeah,
Reminding you, as a storyteller, she does not know of him. We've not heard of him, but Regina says if there's Sabat in the city, the prince should know.
Oh, he's most likely dead. A lot of them showed up outside.
Antigen, I assume you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well. You look a bit, or are you wearing a turtleneck right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I figured he would hide it. Regina says, you should come by my club one day. I invite you to my domain.
That would be lovely. Thank you very much.
I think
Where
it
is
would.
it?
Now you're asking good questions. It is in Hackney. It's called the Trunk.
Good to know.
A drag bar. You can't, miss the feathers, she says and smiles.
Well, I'd be delighted to show up. Once I figure out what to do with this thing that is injected into me.
Yeah, that sounds more immediate, for sure.
And then Leo will curtsy and walk back to the rest of the pack.
Yeah. Oliver, you had someone you wanted to talk with?
Mm-hmm. Oliver's gonna go over to the Damien. That's Victor's guy, right?
Mm.
He's the one who showed up with Victor. He's gonna go up to him and he's gonna push him against the wall. And he's just
oh, so what did I do?
Not too like he's trying to hurt him, but I'm going to you're gonna listen to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, now listen here. I want to meet with your boss, with Victor. And I want to meet with him sooner rather than later. I don't like being kept on a leash. I don't want to be in his book. So we're gonna work something out, all right?
Fair enough. You don't need to get rough. He's gonna call you later.
I look in his eyes. May I incite him? That's gonna happen.
He explains to you that you can try, but it seems
it's like he's a herald or whatever. I'm not even gonna try because he could be bluffing and I wouldn't know.
You're gonna feel something in your mind and you're just gonna let it in. I doubt you can prevent it anyways, but it's just gonna hurt if you do. But he's gonna talk to you, don't worry. You got his attention.
And he removes like his hand from his chest and lets him kind of like ease down from the wall.
The Scourge makes no move to defend Damien. She just smiles.
And he just kind of like looks over to like the left at her, and he just kind of like do what you can to make sure it happens sooner rather than later. And he just kind of like keeps the eye looking at Damien in the eyes, and then he walks back to his group.
As you walk away, he does not know you have heightened senses, so he mumbles to himself, "Ruffian," and
ruffian. And he walks back. Doesn't do anything. He just walks back. He's giving a wide berth of everyone else here. He doesn't want. These people are fucking weird. He's just like, what? He's keeping away.
You could, come at the same corner that I am in, and we could be side together.
Yeah, we're both like, ooh, this is bad. This is the ick. No way.
Oh shit. Let me see here. Anyone else want to talk to some people before the announcement is made? Well,
No, Luke mostly wants to be invisible.
Yeah.
And usually that goes better if he doesn't talk to anybody.
Well, Sylvester stands up again. Well, not stands up, but like makes himself taller and raises his arms, and the room goes quiet. The drums become a little bit more dim, and the orgy and it's kind of like, well, you don't want to use sense the unseen in here, but it's definitely magical what's going on. And says, we have put a blood hunt on Wallace of the Anarchs. Anyone aiding him will be punished the same way he will. You're all free to hunt him and claim his soul if you want to. And he's kind of staring you down because you're Anarchs, but doesn't say anything. Still has a smile, but you feel like it's a shark smiling at you.
Do we know Wallace?
There's Wally. The silk shirt, smooth type, talked Alicia up, and well, had a conversation with Oliver, but yeah. He's one of Gabriel's crew. The illusionist. And
Right.
Oh my
So-
god.
I'd like to know, is there any way I could have knowledge of either the cult of Mithras, hierarchy, or way of working, or basically any way to know, see if I can ask more information without sounding treacherous, so to speak. Like, they are calling a bloodhound. That means that we can't even ask why, how, do we have any kind of right, so to speak, because I imagine every domain will have its own way of allowing such such systems and such inquiries. Maybe in some you're not supposed to ask anything or inquire at all about why this is being done, especially if it's really centers like the cult of Mithras, or is it allowed to actually ask why or even present a case?
I think you can ask. Whether you get an answer or not, or I don't know. They're probably gonna tell you you're not really familiar with the inner workings, but usually when a prince calls a blood hunt, they will tell you why.
And may we know the reason behind this decision?
He's a Setite.
All right. I know what says that is out of charter. All I know it in charter as well.
Yeah, you have enough cult to know the clans.
Perfect. And I will know it's like you can't really save that shit in this place. Probably. Like, it's kind of like me. It's
Yeah, you know that Tremiers are tolerated, but Ministry is straight out outlawed in Great Britain. So
bingo. So it's So knowing that, I'm just going to nod and just keeping note in order to tell Gabriel, but I can't save this. I can't do anything here. I'm just going to keep my low profile, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just wants to talk.
With this like room area, are there any like pamphlets on how to join, or like are there any like, I don't know, little infographics or anything?
Pamphlets. Join the cult today and grab your first drink free.
These are.
There's no like info booth in the room where it's like.
Well, there's a spy master in the corner. He's the closest thing you're gonna get to an info booth, but he has all the information. So.
Yeah, they don't know that I know who that is, so I'm not going to go over to him intentionally. So, maybe I'll go back to the Herald, because the Herald's in this cult. Is everyone who's here in it, or they're just like...
No, the Herald is representing the Camarilla with the Harpy and the Scourge.
Okay.
So they have probably given up a vial of, well, if they follow the same rules, the Prince's blood, but you don't really know. Paying their tithe for each faction. So it's you guys in here representing the Anarchs, then there's the Camarilla, the actual cult, and the Outcasts, and the Cappadocians. But you don't really know how many of these people in here are actual cult members, except for the ones proclaiming it loudly.
So I think maybe then at that point, she would probably whisper under her breath, if anyone can hear me, I'd love to come back. To see if there is anyone else who had heightened senses.
Well, you see all 5 heralds looking at you. Not doing anything, but all their eyes fall on you.
One of them gives you a wink.
Yeah. And you see the guy in the black suit, the very pale guy with the blue eyes and raven black hair. His mouth stopped moving. And the rest of you can see this as well, but you don't hear anything. Emery, you do hear it. But it's like he's speaking from within your ear. He's saying, "You're always welcome to join back. I know the spy master has given you an invitation, but we do have requirements and tests, obviously. But I hear you're doing quite well."
And so she will, again, whisper under her breath, knowing that they can probably hear. Consider it done.
He just nods. And also says, with a bit of a smile, "I'd like to come by your haven at some point. You have something, well, I would like to see. Something my clan built." Probably referring to the altar with the Banu Hakim shit.
She totally knows that, but is like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I'm gonna have to talk to the others about this, but in her head, she's thinking this. She'll just shake her head and nod. Okay.
Unless anyone else wants to do something down here, people start to clear out. The Camarilla are the first to go. When they have paid their respects, and you can see the look on their faces. Damien looks, well, fatigued. Marin looks super annoyed. Regina is smiling, but again, it seems forced. She's just very good at playing this game. But to the more insightful people, it seems like Valerie and Jasper actually wants to be here. And Elspeth does not really mind either. But you're not ushered out and no one kicks you out, but no one takes offense when you leave as well. Back to the fist.
Yeah, I think so.
You come outside and or on your way to the car or whatever brought you here, Oliver, you feel like an icicle in the forehead almost. But it's inside your head, something pushing, and it's hurting. You feel. Do you want to try to assist it?
Yeah, like to resist it, or
Yeah, would you try, or like to try, or would you just let it in?
He let it in because of what Damien said.
Evening. You hear the warlock's voice in your mind.
But that was quick. And
I'm a busy man. What do you want?
I want to meet him.
You have your meeting right here.
All right. And he will
To the rest of you, Oliver just seems a bit preoccupied, but you can't actually do anything.
Instinctively kind of stands up a bit more straight. And he's like, I want my name out of your book.
I gave Gabriel my book. Hasn't he figured out how to destroy it yet?
This is news to Oliver, right?
I think Gabriel said it. Well, he has the book, but your name is technically still in it because he hasn't figured out how to open it or destroy it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to know how to get this out of it, how to destroy it.
Sorcery, of course.
And he kind of like, listen, I'll cut to it. I want to learn how to do what you did, to handle fire. I don't want to be afraid of it anymore.
Well,
after that little show that you put on that other night, you may be the person I need to talk to. And I assure you that if I learn how to do it, well, it could be worth your while.
Well, you'll have to be with work, but I'm willing to teach.
All right.
But that will require an actual meeting. When is a good time for you?
And Oliver...
It will ruin my plans if the rest of them know. Then the deal is off.
Wait, could you say that again, please, storyteller?
It will ruin my plans if the rest of them know. Then the deal is off.
And he's like, no, this is just between you and me. How about tomorrow night? I'm hunting tonight.
Where?
How about that big prissy building with a tree growing out of it?
Fine. I'll see you there then.
All right.
And you feel the presence leave your mind.
Get going.
I'm making money moves, guys. Here we go. Not kidding. Anyway.
When you get...
But,
sorry?
Yeah. I was just going to say that when Oliver gets back to the fist, he's looking for Wally. Because I think Wally said that he could be found around, like, the fist, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, a fist or a water tower, but he is there when you come back, sitting upstairs talking to Teresa, and
AST, I gotta get going.
Yeah,
so.
it's fine.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you, man. We just have, I think, 15 minutes left or something, so... But, yeah.
I don't want to... I'll just say this much. Oliver would try and hurry into the fist first. And I'll storytell. I mean, he's trying to meet with Wally first before anyone else.
Yeah. Well, unless someone tries to stop you, then that succeeds.
Mm. And so, with the other, you would probably get like the vibe check. He's like moving into the fist a little faster than usual, not at his normal calm gait.
Leo's gonna follow the same pace you're going at, just for fun.
Well, some of you rush in, and Jamar is just like looking at you guys as you rush past him. Let me just find. Sorry. There's Wally. Sitting at the bar. Looks at you when you enter and says, "Hey, man!"
And Oliver will look at Leo, because Leo has kept pace with him. And he's just like, don't get involved.
Oh, trust me, I will.
Yeah. And he walks over and he's like, I'm ready for my instruction.
Your instruction?
What you were talking about. The fire.
Okay. Takes a bit of a while. I have to get a few things, but he looks around. You sure you want to do this here?
Good a place as any.
Alright, I'll
perhaps we can find a bit more of a private place. I understand that this is it's gonna be a bit weird.
Need to get a book. And you'll need some of my blood.
Some of your blood.
It's the fastest
Alright.
way.
Alright.
Don't worry, smart. I won't abuse you.
I wouldn't have it. I certainly hope not. And he just kind of like looks at him. And yeah, so I'll follow his lead, whatever we got to do. And the goal is to try and get him alone.
Well, he says he has to go get something, and then starts to walk out of the bar. You want to follow
I'll
him?
go with you. Yeah, he's like,
Emery would ask him a question.
why don't I go with
Those
you?
Curious questions, though.
Yeah. Feel free. Like, I know I'm chewing the scenery. Feel free.
I think she's generally lagging behind, so she would see him leaving. Is he outside of the bar or outside the fist right now?
They're headed towards the door.
So she would stop him and ask him, are you or were you part or connected to Mithras?
Are you asking Wally?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, no. Oh, they'll kill me outright.
Oliver's staring daggers at Emery right now. Like behind his shoulder, like...
They hunted me for years. The Cappadocians too.
So you were connected to them?
No, I'm set-eyed. He whispers, even though there's no one in here that, he can't trust. But, I'm not supposed to be in this country.
Yeah. But did you know, and I think she would probably, I don't know, do you think she would recognize Oliver? Because she's just like, she doesn't give a shit about it. She also doesn't want to be associated with them, though. So she's like, okay, well, you said that they're hunting you? Is that what you said? You're not supposed to be here?
Yeah. That's the gist of it. I'm only here because I owe Gabriel, but I'm trying to work out a deal with Oliver where he can take over for me.
Oh.
Yeah. He just like it was like a little, yeah.
Could I throw my voice into Wally's ear?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna rouse for that. And I'm just gonna do a slight whisper of, we were just told you're blood hunted, and Oliver had quite a pep in his step, so I'd be careful. Have a good night. And then Leo will just walk downstairs.
He looks a bit confused and looks at you, Oliver, for a moment and thinks and says...
Very predatory look.
Yeah.
Like, look at him like that Jack Nicholson look, like, where he's like nodding his head. like, let's get going. Come on, let's get going,
Emery's going to step to the side and just say, okay, that's enough. Because she's not going to continue the conversation long enough for anyone to think that there's an association, because she's not trying to get ashed in this process.
Before we jump to that, Oliver, I want to have blah blah blah. I would like to allow Dave and Leo to have a conversation,
Yes.
a little brief
Yes.
scene that Dave wanted to have for like 2 sessions now, so it's fine. We'll come
Apologies,
back.
I don't mean to shoot the scenery, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's
No.
fine. But I'll come back to you, Oliver. But yeah, Dave and Leo, you managed to. I don't know how private you want it to be, but if you
Doesn't
want it to
need
be, then you definitely can go somewhere.
Well, Dave's just been following Leo around like a puppy for a little while. Leo, you can turn the lights on. You can illuminate the room. You can fill the entire room with just you. How?
Thank you, I'm well aware.
No, seriously, but how?
It's a natural gift.
Is it one you'd be willing to teach, to share? I'm sure I couldn't do it halfway as well as good as you can, but
Obviously not, but I can try.
I'm happy to exchange goods and services. Is there something you want? I know you're quite keen on as much fire as possible for the bank.
Oh,
I-
fire is always fun. You
I
never
know,
where it's
I
gonna
bought an
lead.
entire backpack full of them. And we burned all of the gold and we set everything on fire. We can set other things on fire if you want. The Herald, for instance.
Shit. Shit.
That's a very nice offer. I'll keep it in mind.
You just have to say the word or not. Did you just not?
Yeah, let's keep it as a boon.
Okay,
Why
noted.
not? I'll give you the word when I need something burning.
And just, you don't even need to nod, just point. I'll know what you mean. And if you ever need, I've got some friends. You know the protesters who are at the front of the bank. They're really, really good with explosives as well. So if you generally
Didn't
need,
Gabriel set those up? Like he literally told us?
kind of, there's the Extinction Rebellion. They're really quite keen on getting involved and helping as well. They've
Have I
got
ever heard of
since-
the Extinction Rebellion? How much am I getting bullshitted right now? Storyteller.
I don't even know.
Scaring with the storyteller's like, I don't know what he's doing right now, bro.
I mean, if you can try and do in a post roll if you really want to read into.
Yes.
Yep, that will be a wit's insight versus composure and subterfuge. And you each make the roll, and if you want to spend willpower afterwards, then please just don't do it before the other person has rolled. Four from Dave.
So yeah, I think I probably will throw some willpower in there just in case.
How do you only have
Cannot
two?
roll higher.
That's not right. You have Auspex,
My Auspex is heightened senses.
and what's your wits?
1,
So there's 4 dice.
4?
Didn't you rouse?
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Well, he seems to, be Dave.
Yeah. So they can, if you want to learn how to make anything, if you want to gather anything, you just have to say.
You know a lot of people.
Oh, I like to be friendly with people. You know, good old honest Dave.
Fair enough. Well, I'll start giving Dave lessons on how to project and how to act like you're the center of attention.
You want to teach him presence and not just, give him the wrist. Or both.
I'll teach him first, but then I'll tell that he's terrible at it, and then I'll just be like, "Hey, you can just have a drop of blood."
Yeah, fair enough. So
More than likely.
combining the teaching here, yeah. Well, at the end of the session, Dave, you can buy your presents. Before we end, Oliver, you get outside, and Wally he starts walking very fast. It seems like he's in a rush. It's like, thank you for doing this, man. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. Apparently, I'm more hunted than usual now.
What do you mean?
I just
What do you
learned
mean
there's
by
a
that?
bloodhound on me.
There's a bloodhound. What the fuck's a bloodhound?
Means that everyone is allowed to kill me, and they can't really help me either. So I think it's best that, you know, you get your book and I get the fuck out of Britain. Next boat back to America.
What's gonna be? And he's genuinely asking, what's gonna be in this here book?
Oh, it's the things you have to do to become fire resistant, and a few rituals to help you along the way, and obviously it takes practice, and you're gonna need a lot of blood, and you're gonna need the book and probably a few dictionaries as well. But if you just follow the thing, you don't have to actually believe what the religious text says, but if you follow the procedures, it'll work. You've asked me to prove it. Are you sure? You might frenzy.
Let's hold off on that. Let's hold off on that. Perhaps let's keep on moving, alright?
He moves down a couple alleys and moves a dumpster where there's a hole in the wall, and he jumps in. Seems into an old basement or something.
Oliver will follow.
It's dark in here, where you see him moving around a lot of stuff, and going behind a grate and taking out a satchel, and he hands it to you. It has some ingredients in there as well, just so you know what to get and go for.
And Oliver puts out his hand to take the satchel, and I'd like to do a brawl to bite the man.
Alrighty.
He goes in for it.
Remind me of your lore sheet. Is there anything special yet for that?
I haven't spent it yet specifically, but could I guess I might as well do it now. What do you think? Would that be all right if I went for the thing that we're thinking of? Like, I just spent it now. I just haven't done it yet, but I was planning eventually. I just hadn't pulled the trigger. What do you think?
How many dots?
I think because it's the 5th level, isn't it? Like, it's like the 5th dot in that lore sheet. Isn't that like 15?
Yep.
That would be.
So that I'd have 5 remaining.
That will be 12 experience points, I guess.
Oh, really?
It's,
because I already have 1?
Yeah, it's 3 per dot.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to ask in the beginning of the session if anyone wants to spend experience, and we are at the last of it, so maybe this is where you get your very, very large saber-toothed fangs. And I can't remember what they do though. It's you deal ag with your teeth, right?
I do, instead of dealing like 2 aggravated, I'll deal like 3 aggravated with a bite, and I don't have to do a called shot, I guess. So I don't take a minus die penalty, 1 die penalty.
Yeah.
So, God,
well,
really bad.
He's just gonna try to be slippery eel.
Not really.
Not very good at it. I think
no.
this will require some willpower from Wally. How much can I actually reroll here?
So is it brawl and strength?
Yeah.
And I also have a specialty in bite.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
You can do it.
I tried warning him.
How much can I? That's 3. Oh, that disappeared.
Would I be able to?
That's even here.
Does that go to me, or if it goes to him, I'll use.
Oh, it goes to the player.
Willpower? Oh, okay.
It goes to the player. So how much damage do you do with these teeth?
It does 3 aggravated, and he's biting into He's biting into his face like a crazy animal.
Yeah. Saber-toothed teeth.
Yeah.
Finish it.
I'm gonna give
Let
him...
me look up. I don't want to give you bad information. I'm pretty sure it's 3 aggravated. I don't want to.
6.
6? What?
No. Oh no, sorry.
That'd be wild if it was. Oh no, Marie, no. No. So
Take a bottle
I don't know.
of hot sauce.
I don't know what to do next. Do I?
Oh, was it 3 damage?
I believe it's. I can't really find it because it's like
Yeah, it's he has the maid. It's 3 aggravated damage.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the margin. Doesn't matter anything. It's always 3 aggravated damage.
Yes. Well, Wally is still kicking, and he is trying to kick. So I don't think. I think you will have to do another roll to to latch on, and because he's trying to push you away. Fuck, now I have to look up some things.
oh Jesus. I'm gonna willpower that. That's a willpower right there. And then that's 3.
Wally.
I just want to make this clear. Going into this experience right now, perfectly fine if Oliver's done. I'm perfectly fine with making a new vampire, okay? Put that out there. That was me going into this. I'm like, Oliver might get taken over. That's pretty rad. You know, he deserves it. You know what? He deserves
He
it.
might become more evil.
Oh, you're
It's a win-win scenario.
Definitely gonna do some humanity things here. Okay,
Oliver rushing the bad ending.
I rarely
Feels
use
bad.
this. Sorry, that's
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
strength.
What are you looking
Okay, you need to do a stamina and fortitude because you have that.
Do I do a fortitude roll and then add stamina?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I didn't mean to do that.
for? It's the other one.
Oh, rolls and rouse. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. Discipline roll. No modifiers, right?
No modifiers.
Oh, it only rolled one.
No, that can't be right.
No,
Yeah,
that's
something.
ah.
I have 2 fortitude and then I have like 4 stamina. Should I do like?
Let me just look at your sheet. You can I think you can do what is it, stamina and fortitude, so you do it like that.
Oof.
Oh no, it might get messy.
Okay, basic critical. Well, his blood turns to poison, but you don't fucking care. You don't let go. That's what he's trying to make you do with his toxic. But I think it's safe to say that the beast has taken over right now. The only thing I want to ask you now, do you want to claim his soul?
I do. Because you know what's the point of reading this book when I can just have the knowledge already? We're still gonna read the book though.
Cheat code.
I never remembered Diablerie, so I have to look up that shit.
For Diablerie?
I have it here. The first thing you do is you lose a point of humanity.
Increase your
All right. Increase your humanity. Humanity brought down.
To
Does that
six.
clear my stain or?
No, stain's still there.
Okay.
So the next thing you do, and it's just you can't re-roll or anything. It's just red dice flat, I think, or we have to do it in. Hunger does not count in for this, that's for sure. But you do need to do a humanity plus your blood potency.
May I comment? I think first he had to do a strong plus resolve in order to actually suck it up.
Oh, that is right. I'm way ahead. Yeah, strength of soul, difficulty 3.
Yeah, and as many times as the block potency of Wallis, if I remember right.
Yeah.
No modifiers.
I think you can do stuff to that one, but it's his call because it's attribute rolling.
So strength and resolve. Okay.
And one more time.
One more time.
Yep. And one more time.
Oh hell!
There we go.
Oh.
You have hold of his soul. Now you need to do the humanity plus your blood potency.
Yeah.
3.
I feel bad. I want to make that clear. I don't feel good right now. This isn't the vampire
Don't
I'm
feel
used to,
bad.
bro.
Lean into it.
Now
You feel good.
how the hell do I roll blood
Do we
potency?
You know
calculate
what? I
this?
can't wait to meet Wally. I'd really like to. Wally would probably make the coach recall.
He'd probably be a lot nicer, and he could also hide from the blood hunt by being Oliver. Like that's the perfect way to go.
Your difficulty is only 2.
And so, do I roll humanity?
Humanity
plus-
plus your blood potency.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 7 dice.
Plus- Okay. Do we remove the humanity before we do this?
Yeah.
Like the humanity. Okay.
If you fail this, it's gonna be another humanity, and you need to make the roll again and again and again until you succeed. But for each failure, you use.
I
you
see.
do it like that.
So
All right.
it's fine.
Oh, that's a shame.
You just lose the one.
I'm a
that's
monster.
That's 20 experience, which is quite a nugget.
Well, the first thing that happens is your generation will fall by 1. So you go to 11th, I think. Generation.
Vaughn went nom nom.
I'm a monster.
I'll keep your secret.
I feel terrible. This isn't right.
This is what humanity is for. It's just how many
I know.
times you can Diablo-ize
Meant to
people.
drop. Yeah.
This is first Diablery ever in any of my games, so that's
I vote Oliver as now our toolkit person. We put
Well-
out the front anytime we need to deal with mortals.
now the fun stuff. You have
Okay.
30 experience that you can spend on obfuscate, protein, presence, or blood sorcery, or blood potence. But you must spend them now, and if there's any left, you can't, keep them.
So it's like you spend them or you lose them, kind of thing.
Yes, you have 30
Okay.
though, but they will cost what they cost. You can, for example, take 1 blood potency and 1 dot in a discipline, and that would leave you with 3 that you can't use, for example.
Take blood
Okay.
sorcery stuff.
That's what I was thinking. You'd probably be like,
He's stealing my job.
2 dots in blood sorcery.
oh man, it's so tempting.
You could
So it has to be
actually,
like right now in this session, or would I be able to think on it and we pick it up? I leave it up to you. Like I'll do it now. I don't give a damn.
it has to be in this moment.
Okay,
But
alright.
you can do, I think, what's the first? That's 7. That's 21. That's 28. So you can actually do a dot 2 in blood sorcery and a dot 1 in another discipline. If you wanted to do that.
Or maybe
Well.
I don't know if you care about presence, protein, or obfuscation.
The only reason Protean would be the one that would probably be the most attractive, and because he wants to see in the dark. That
You
would
have
be
heightened
pretty cool.
senses.
That is true. So I guess I wouldn't need it.
If you
Could
want
you say
my
that-
if you want my recommendation,
Yes, please.
I would do 1 dot in blood sorcery and then a blood potency, because that's really
Very nice.
helpful when you're blood potency.
Then I can amplify everything that
Yeah.
I do basically.
Yes.
Okay.
You become, well, your blood gets thicker and it reflects on your lower generation and your thicker blood.
You know what? Let's do that. I understand that, and for story purposes, I think it would be good. Too.
Yeah.
So we'll take your recommendation, and I do have a question. Can you? You said I can only spend that XP on those things that you laid out. I couldn't put it towards anything else, like another skill.
You can't do
Okay.
stats or skills. It's only blood
Okay.
potency or disciplines, unfortunately.
All right, that's perfect. All right, I like your recommendation. Perfect. I'm furthering my goals.
Yes.
So,
So
Hell yeah.
blood sorcery, you can choose the power at some point whenever you look through that. And
I feel accomplished and terrible.
that
Like, I
means
hate
your
myself.
your mend amount goes to 2 points.
Ooh.
You have a power bonus now of +1.
I can see you increasing it. That's cool.
But unfortunately, you have to eat twice as many corpses now.
Oh shit. Oh damn.
No,
Wait,
sorry, no, that's back blood. You're special. Never mind. Your law sheet is what allows you to do the things.
Okay. So will I have 2 dots in blood potency now? Is that how that works, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. And does everything 2 dots, 2 dice? Okay.
I think the only thing that changes is the mend amount, the power bonus, and
Okay.
the feeding penalty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, feeding penalty doesn't. It says none for feeding penalty.
Yeah,
And you have to update it.
You have Iron Gullet technically, so if you want to,
Oh, okay,
you'll have to consume twice as many animals or blood bags, but that's not your food, so it doesn't really.
I see. Okay.
Well, what a nice way to end the session. A bit of diablerie for the first time on the show. A bit of humanity loss.
Successful diablerie for the first time.
Oh no. Yeah, I was like, that's the whole like that thing. I'm like, oh yeah, if Oliver goes, like I'm fine with that. Like I'm perfectly fine with it. I'll make a new one. I'll make like a fun new vampire, stuff like that. But it's.
I am sure there's going to be consequences. That's for sure.
The way I'll blackmail you with this.
Remember, Damien did it.
Oh my God.
You're gonna get another stain because you acted against the pact. And then I think we just finished the session with remorse rolls from Leo and from you, Oliver. I don't know if anyone else has stains.
No, I gave him a chance not to burn to death.
Hey, humanity pass. I don't give a shit.
Success.
I don't care.
Well, you've removed your stains.
Do I remove all of mine, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But you're humanity 6 now, so you feel a little more, well, less caring and a little bit more grumpy, perhaps. Embracing
Jesus.
and now you have a black aura, but you don't know about that.